Hello everyone, this is Jennifer and I am over at Happy Place Planning on Instagram and as well as here, obviously. So one of the things that I do every month on my channel here is share with you guys a flip through of my Cocoa Daisy Traveler's Notebook on the Go system. Now usually what I do is share that video with you after I have everything from the new kit all organized and into my planner and just kind of do a flip through. However, I have had a lot of requests to see how I actually set up my notebooks from beginning to end when my new Cocoa Daisy kits arrive. So just today, as I'm sitting here, my Cocoa Daisy March kit arrived, which is called Cactus Moon. And you can tell I have my stickers up there in the pouch already. And I'm just going through the papers to pick 3 sets to make my dividers. And then on top of those papers, I like to layer either personal size dashboards, as I'm doing here, or the 4x6 cards, or even the project life-size cards. So I just kind of go through and pick my 3 favorite papers and go through all of the 4x6 cards and the project life cards, which come in the modern memory keeping kit, and pull out the ones that I want to use there. So I have my options picked. I decided on these 3 papers layered with these cards, and now I need to trim down the papers to fit inside my Foxy Fix plastic sleeves. So you can see there I actually took my February setup and pulled out my first set of papers, and that's how I trim everything down to size. So I don't like having to measure things. I just take out the paper from my existing setup and use it as a guide to trim the papers for my next setup. So I have my first paper trimmed here, and then I trimmed down this personal size dashboard just to make it a little bit smaller so you can still see the paper underneath. Use my tape runner from Walmart, I think it's an Elmer's brand, and then pop that dashboard on top, and my first dashboard is done. Then I replace the paper into my current setup because I'm not quite ready to move everything over to March yet. This is just the first day when my kit arrives and I have time to get things kind of prepped and ready. Took out my second sheet of paper from my setup from February, and I am trimming down the next set of papers that I want to use in that divider for March. It's pretty navy blue and cream. Replace the paper into my current setup for February, and then on this dashboard I'm using a 4x6 card, and I decided just to make it pop a little bit more, I wanted to go ahead and add some white matte paper around the border. So I did glue down the card onto some white cardstock and then trimmed around that so it gives just a little bit of a border. And then I will glue down both sets here on top of the kit paper, and that will be my second divider in my March setup. And then I repeat that process for my third and last divider. So take my February setup, take the paper out, and go ahead and trim down my third piece of paper to fit into that divider. And then replace that paper back into my current setup for February. And on this dashboard, I am going to use a personal size dashboard from the dashboard kit that says "Love the Life You Live." Again, just trimming that down a little bit and then gluing it onto the dashboard. Now I have basically all 3 papers, dividers set. I do like to add just a little bit of washi. Even though they're glued down, this is more just for decoration, but I pulled out the washi sets from the kits, and I'm just adding a little pop to the top and the bottom there on that dashboard. On the second dashboard, I decided I didn't need any washi, And then on the third dashboard, I am going to use this geometric shape washi just for a little add pop of color. Then I just pop all of those into my traveler's notebook. They're just loose, just kind of sitting there until I need them. And then I decided I needed to pick out the paper. I like to laminate a sheet of the paper just to put in the front and back pocket. It adds obviously color and beauty to my setup, but also when you're using a traveler's notebook that can be kind of floppy leather, it's nice to have a piece of laminated paper in there to add a little bit of stability. So again, I used my current setup as a guide and trimmed my papers down. I'm going to pop those in a sheet of lamination and off screen run that through the laminator. I usually trim off the excess just to get a better seal. And here are the laminated pieces out of the machine, and I'm just trimming off the excess lamination around each side. And then I did decide I wanted to use this beautiful adhesive pocket that came in one of the kits, and I'm just deciding which side of the paper I want to be showing, and then stuck that adhesive pocket down, and then I thought it would be cute to add my little Simon card into that pocket. So now I have my front and back laminated pieces ready, again adding a little bit of stability. And now I'm going to make my page marker, and to do that this month I decided to make a pinch page marker, which is super easy to do. I just took 2 of the project life cards and put them front to back, and then you're going to use some washi just to hold the center together, and then you can fold them down and kind of align them so they're nice and straight. And then I decided to add a tab from the main planner kit die cut set, and I like this rainbow one, and the nice thing about these is that they're already adhesive, so you just peel the backing off and then you can stick those down. And then in the main planner kit you also get a sheet of stickers that has labels for these specific tabs. So I go here into my stash, grab that sheet and pick the to-do list label, and now I have a page marker that can go easily from page to page in my Daisy Dory. Put all of that into my notebook, and I use these white plastic bins, you can get them everywhere, to house all of my goodies. So I'm not quite done with my setup here, but it's a good start for the evening, and I'm just kind of organizing all of the extra bits and pieces and putting them in this basket until I'm ready to sit down and make my final move where I empty all of my current setup and replace it with all of the stuff for the next month. So you can see here I'm just organizing, and then a few days later I have my inserts. So with Video Magic now we are a few weeks out. I had ordered some inserts from The Paper and Cats on Etsy. I'll put a link for that down below. And it's time to move out of my February setup and into the March setup. So here's what I do first. Since I did all that prep work, all of this stuff is pretty much ready to go. And then I can easily start transferring things over. So first I will take out all of my inserts. Oops. And as I'm doing this, most of the time, this is when I sit down to determine if I need, this is where I determine if I want any of my inserts to change. And sometimes that is out of necessity, but most of the time the system stays the same, meaning in my traveler's notebook, I still have a yearly, a monthly, and a weekly, but I might mix up the insert and change those out. So I will chat with you a little bit about that here in a minute, but first I'm going to take all the paper out of these and replace it with the dashboards that I made for March. Okay, so now that I have the dashboards on here, that there are no inserts in here, and I usually sit down and think about what I want to be using for the new month, if anything needs to change, or if I just want to change something up just for fun. And I decided that my yearly section is going to stay the same. If you look at my February setup video, which I will link for you, it kind of goes over my yearly insert, so that's going to stay the same. I'm going to go ahead and put that in that first dashboard. And then I decided for my next insert, which is my weekly insert, I wanted to change things up just a little bit. So I had been using this insert from Anthology Notes, and here's a look at how things have been going. It's a really fun insert. So this was not something that I was doing out of necessity because it wasn't working, but just because I wanted to try something new. And what I did was I placed an order over at the Paper and Cats and got an undated insert that looks like this. And then as I was sitting here and thinking about the advantages of both of these layouts, so I like this one because I don't have a lot of timed appointments during the week, so I could do that. And I like this insert because it has lots of room for to-dos and then an open space. And I like this insert because it has the tracker specifically, and the week is on one page by itself. And again, lots of room for to-dos. So what I was thinking about doing was basically combining those two insert layouts myself into the Daisy Dory. So one of the reasons I love the Daisy Dory is because it's so versatile, so you can set it up however you want. So I'll try to do another video on this as I'm setting up my weekly planning in the Daisy Dory for March, but basically I'm going to probably be drawing a line over here so that I have the smaller sections just like this, and then using the remainder of that page for to-do lists. And then over here I could still have my trackers and other items like on this insert. So I'm basically taking those two inserts and making it my own in my Daisy Dory. I thought about adding some journaling in here as well. So this is going to be my weekly planning for March. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the elastic for right now. And like I said, I'll try to film a video on actually setting up that weekly planning for you guys, a little plan with me. And then my last insert, I decided I was also going to mix it up just a little bit. I was using this for monthly planning from AnniePlansPrintables. Here's a look at January and February, and I love this insert. However, again, just itching for a little bit of a change. I decided to move into this Paper and Cats 6-month booklet. So what this one does is a little bit different. It has a notes page, goals and notes page prior to the month. Then you get your month view, and then you have 2 pages of highlights, and then that repeats. So a notes page, goals and notes, the month view, and 2 highlights page. So this is a 6-month booklet. You can see I did go ahead and back plan February and went ahead and put my gratitude on this highlight page. So I'll finish the month out that way, and I'll need to start transferring all of my stuff over for March through June. And I did pick up the July through December booklet too, just so I have it if I wanted to stick with this layout for the rest of 2022. So I ended up changing my monthly and my weekly and leaving my yearly the same. But that was very quick and easy to move everything over, and now I can finish out my decoration. So you probably noticed when I was taking everything out that I had this pin loop from Erin Condren taped down onto the dashboard, and I like to washi tape them down instead of using the adhesive. That way I can reuse them from month to month. And actually this month's March Cocoa Daisy kit came with a pin loop in one of the kits. So I'm going to do that same thing. I do like to put my ink pen of choice in first to see where I need to align it. That way I don't have it too high or too low. And then I just literally tear off pieces of washi tape and tape that down. So I'll add a few more pieces just to add, make sure it's really stuck down there. And then you can see that's going to work really well. This specific traveler's notebook does not have a pin loop, so that really comes in handy this month. And then I'm going to take that out because I'm going to add my tabs. So in the main planner kit, you get 6 tabs. I think I'm going to use this one. I only need 3. This one and this one, kind of with the green theme. And these are adhesive, so you could just peel the back off. Again, just like that pin loop, I like to be able to remove them and not have them damage my insert. So I'm just going to use washi tape and adhere them that way. So now that those are on, I can add my labels, and the main planner kit also comes with a sheet of stickers that looks like this. And these labels over here fit perfectly onto these tabs. So I think I'm going to do this one for my month at a glance, which is my last insert. And then for my weekly planning, I will do trackers. And for my yearly, I'm going to use the one that says notes because that's mostly what it is. But you do get some blank ones on here. If there's not a sticker labeled specifically for what you need, you can always just write your own label on the blank ones. So now I have my tab set up. And then I do like to use this, some people say Ollie Clip. I've heard the company themselves talk about their name and it's Ollie Clip. I kind of go back and forth. I don't always say it correctly, but it's a magnetic clip and it marks my page in my week view. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on again. And then this wide paper clip is from Kelly Ava Designs, and I use it to mark my current month. I'm going to go ahead and keep it on February for now. I just like the way the wide paper clips look. And it's an easy way to mark your spot. And then this month's kit came with this cute decorative wide paper clip charm. So I'm going to go ahead and add this probably, I don't know if I like it on the dashboard part right there, so that it kind of hangs off the edge. For now, sometimes I put them on the bottom, but I think I'm going to try on the side for now. A little extra bit there. And then I'm going to just finish out with some decorative elements. I usually pick this basket up out of my closet. It has all of my Simon embroidery clips over here, all of my Kelly Ava fabric clips in a Ziploc bag, and then all of my charms in another bag, and then all of these are for a new swag. So first let's go through and see if we have any Simon clips we want to use. So over the months and years, I have collected a few. I think I like this this one with Simon and the plant. Could also just use a plain one. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the plant one. I'm gonna just go ahead and tuck him in right there in the front. And that kind of works with the plant since we have a succulent. And then I use these for February. I'm gonna go ahead and use them again. These are charms that stick out the bottom of your planner. This is a traveler's knot. And this is just a charm from Fern You. This one is from Charmed Plans. And I usually just open up to the last couple of my inserts and drape those around. And then they hang out there on the bottom of your planner. And the Kelly Ava clip I'm going to use is this gray with white crosses on it. And I just stick that on my last dashboard so that it hangs out the top there. It's just for decoration. It doesn't really mark a page. And that will be my setup for March from beginning to end. I'll try to have some plan with me's up on my weekly planning in the Daisy Dory, and maybe how I set up all of the pages in this new month view from the paper and cats. If you guys have any questions about my setup process from beginning to end, let me know and I'll try to get back to you. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I'll see you back next time.